So with pranayama, I mean, yeah, one of the main reasons I kind of shy away from teaching it is, I think with a lot of students, and especially beginner students, like they're not breathing anyway. So I just want people to breathe in a free, relaxed, conscious way, rather than getting into like control or, and I know it's not really breath control, it's ultimately breath expansion, but for a lot of beginners, I just think it can potentially create more tension. But at the same time, it is an integral part of the practice, and I want to stay authentic to the practice. And when they go to other classes and teachers, they'll hear it. So I want to be able to offer it in an authentic way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think the challenge that we both encounter is that a lot of times we may only see someone one time. Or, you know, it'd be different if we were living in a community. Like when I was teaching in Boston, I had students that I could build with, you know, or even in the teacher training, a lot of people will be, in a way, beginners practitioners. So you can start to build up. I know that Emil, who teaches, you know, Emil, he does pranayama in the advanced training. And I asked him about doing it in the foundation training because I had that assumption, you know, we're in a teacher training.
Yeah.
And he said, students aren't ready. And a lot of teachers will say, you know, in like the 8 limbs of yoga, you know, that you do your asana first, pranayama comes later. And I remember Beryl Bender Birch, she says in her Beyond Power Yoga, there's even like a title, like, does pranayama make you crazy? Now, I remember Rod Stryker actually responded to that in a conference where he said, you know, if you're crazy, you're going to be crazy whether you do pranayama or not, you know?
Yeah.
But I know there have been times where I'm already out of balance and I'm not fully aware of it, or I think I can get away with it. And then doing Nadi Shodhana actually tweaked me out more. So I've changed my teaching because I actually had used to teach a lot of like breath of fire, and there is a reason why people will go off and study pranayama intensively.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So unless, and I haven't ever had this, where I've got everyone at a certain level where it's safe for all of us to actually do this pranayama practice. Or like in the advanced training where it's like, but even in the advanced training, we keep it really simple. Because it gets so easy for the beginner student to want to push it. You know, and you want your pranayama to be easeful. So I find that all of my classes, and it's only because I feel the magic still of just laying down on my back and feeling my breath expansion and really evening out the inhale and the exhale, making sure it's balanced, or making exhale a little bit longer than inhale. And then really playing with, because Ujjayi gets in a way bastardized or forgotten or... Okay,
well,
so let's talk about Ujjayi.
About that. Should I be teaching that? Okay.
So Ujjayi, I want you to close your eyes and just get comfortable. If you're not comfortable sitting this way, get comfortable in a way that you are. And just feeling your breath, spreading your rib cage as you inhale. And make sure you're not doing Ujjayi. Okay? So no Ujjayi. Yeah, just sit like that. And so initially when you're teaching any sort of breath consciousness, getting students just to notice what they're already doing. Through the noticing, the breath changes. Remember, we have this inherent intelligence inside of us. And feeling the front of your chest as well. And what's beautiful is that the diaphragm, which is that flap of cartilage in your rib cage, as you inhale, diaphragm goes down, rib cage expands from side to side and front to back. And the diaphragm is actually anatomically connected to your rib cage. What's really cool is that it's also connected to your vertebra, so that you're going to feel both an expansion from side to side and front to back, also like an upward lifting. You're going to feel how your vertebra start to decompress. And it's just been pretty cool to watch you. Like, just from breathing, your body is realigning itself. And I haven't said anything about this. And I can trust what's happening to you because your breath's doing it. It's not like a mental fragmentation, right? So just keep staying with your breath, because this is quite magical. And if I had my druthers, I would love for somebody to just make me breathe like that for 30 minutes and do nothing else, okay? Maybe like go to Warrior One after that, and then we're done, okay? And then also feel your exhale. This is something that I've been experimenting with. So without strain, can you get your exhale longer? Where you're getting to the edges of the breath. Now, I don't know if you're manipulating or not, but notice when you're just exhaling without thinking about it. You're just focusing on the edge of your exhale. And even just for kicks, I want you to exhale through your mouth, even though we usually breathe in and out through the nose. Now, can you feel like a little bit of a tugging on your pelvic floor and your low belly? So to me, what's cool is, wow, this whole like Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha thing is actually happening when we exhale long. So you can start to teach students that.
That's amazing.
Right. Right?
Because it's just when you get that last bit of exhale out, if it's a slightly longer exhale, then automatic.
Exactly.
Did you make that up?
I did not make it up.
But
I discovered it.
Wow.
And what is cool, unless someone's been shocked out or had some trauma there can be a disconnect. But what's cool to me, and I guess this is what I've been like getting off on lately, is, we just want to come back to the natural state of ourselves, right? We don't want to, because it can get so complicated with alignment and all this. But it's like, well, wait a minute. The breath brings us back into the natural state of ourselves. And this Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, because at least to me, it felt like this foreign thing. Right.
Yeah.
But this is where it finally made sense. Oh, it's just this connection that wants to be made in the body. Our body naturally wants to detox and clear out on exhale, right? And I'm just going to extend it to, like, we live in a community where everybody's detoxing, right? Everybody's clearing this, cleansing that. Keeping it simpler of just getting, and it's also grounding to just feel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, I really shy away from like even mentioning, I'll say engage like pelvic floor. I won't talk about the bandhas because I often feel like it just creates more tension. But the way you just did it, it's a natural relaxation into our natural rhythm and cycle.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way I language, and I know you picked up on this during the training, is I'm often saying, well, what happens if you try this out?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Because that way, I know if someone's like, do this, I get a little like, but if someone's like, experiment, because the reality is we're all finding our way. So you just want to give people stuff to chew on and play with.
Yeah.